Hey guys, it's me Janelle. So for this week's video, I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial using some of my favorite products from last year, 2017. And yeah, that's basically all I have to say. I'm just going to be doing a makeup tutorial, showing you guys the products, explaining why they're my favorite. It's basically all. I have a giveaway. Stay tuned for that. Okay, so first for primers, the only one that really stood out to me was the Benefit Professional. So I just have this little tiny version, and as you can see, it's like almost gone. This is a really good pore minimizing primer. I use it like on my nose. That's where I have like a lot of like pores and blackheads and stuff, and it does a really good job of like smoothing them out. I'm not going to be using this one today though, because I'm trying to save it for a time where like I need like a full coverage like glam. So I'm not going to use this right now, but this is my favorite primer. Okay, so next, a lot of people would do foundation, but for me, I did not wear foundation. I absolutely hate the way it looks on my skin. My skin is so dry. So I'm just going to move right on into concealer. So my all-time favorite concealer is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer, but I ran out of it. I've actually used like 3 of those. A couple more favorites that I have. This is the Rimmel Match Perfection 2-in-1 Concealer and Highlighter. This is in the shade 230 Fair Light. As you can see, like the primer, I'm like almost out of this. I've gone through one of these before. This is my second one, so I really do like this one as well. It really helps to cancel out dark circles. And my last one is this Wet n Wild's Photo Focus Concealer. I have the shade Light Ivory. This is really inexpensive. It's like $5 from the drugstore. I think it's really nice. And also, just to quickly mention, my favorite tool to apply like anything cream, I really like to use the Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. So they have just like the normal one. This is good for like face, and then I wanted a smaller one for under my eyes, so I got like the little under eye sponge, I guess. And yeah, I really love these. I use these every single day when I'm applying my concealer. I'm gonna put on my cat ears because that's what I do when I do my makeup, so it's out of my face. And nothing really like fun to see here. Just gonna skip through this. I'm just putting on concealers. Now that my concealer is done, I'm just going to set my under eyes. So my all-time favorite powder is this Maybelline Master Fix Setting and Perfecting Loose Powder. I don't want to tip it over too much because I don't want it to like spill everywhere. But yeah, this is just a translucent under eye powder. A lot of people love like the Laura Mercier one. I do not want to spend $40 on an under eye powder. I just think that's like a lot of money. So yeah, I just prefer to use this one. It's like less than $10, like $10 at the most. It really depends on the day, but sometimes I use like a beauty sponge and other times I use a brush. Today I'm just going to use this one. I literally like cover it in powder, apply it. Yeah, I just let that kind of sit for a little while. I'll get into talking about my favorite like contour products. So first I have the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Kit. I got this for Christmas like in 2016. And I really liked it throughout 2017. There's just 3 contour shades, 3 highlight shades. So this is pretty expensive, but it is really good quality. Next, I have the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. So a while ago, when I didn't know what makeup was, I thought that like contour and bronzer were the same thing, but contour is to like carve out your cheekbones and bronzer is to just like bronze up your skin. I bought the really dark shade. This is the just Chocolate Soleil Medium / Deep Matte Bronzer. So yeah, I use this for contouring. It actually is really good, and it smells so freaking good. And then I have one bronzer. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer. This is in the shade Ticket to Brazil. The like packaging kind of like wore off, but this is a really nice bronzer. It has a huge pan, so it's like everlasting. So I'm just going to wipe off this powder. So I'm going to take the Shade and Light palette today. For contouring, I really like this Wet n Wild brush. It's just like a little angled brush. I usually take a mixture of these 2 shades right here and just so I just take the Wet n Wild bronzer on a bronzing brush and just next, moving on to highlights. So it was really hard to narrow down my favorite highlighters. I have so many and I just use them all in rotation, but I found a couple that stood out to me over the others. So the first one is this Tarte Amazonian Clay Exposed Highlighter. So this highlight is so blinding. I feel like it's like the most blinding highlight I have in my collection. You can see there's like a good dent in there. But yeah, this smells really good too. I got this at like the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale. I don't know when it was, but it was like towards the beginning of the year. And this was half off. I'm not exactly sure how much it was. This one is definitely really blinding. My favorite of all time. And then I have this Anastasia Glow Kit in the shade Sun Dip. I mostly use these two shades, but I like to use like these darker ones as like eyeshadow. So I think today I'll go ahead and use this palette. I mostly use the shade Summer. Yeah, just apply a ton of highlight. Now for eyeshadow palettes. So I couldn't narrow them down very well, so I have 4 to show you guys. Like I said with the highlighters, it's hard to like narrow them down because I just constantly rotate between all my eyeshadow palettes. Like I rarely ever use like the same palette like 2 times in a row when I'm doing my makeup. I always just switch them out. The first one I have is the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. So this is very popular. I'm sure you've heard tons of people talk about it. Very good for like pinky, like Valentine looks. This is nice for like a lot of different seasons because there's like some orangey shades for like the fall time. I don't know. It's just a really nice palette. Next, I have the Tartelette in Bloom palette. So I also got this for Christmas when I got like the Shade and Light palette. Here's what it looks like. This is a really nice like beginner palette. There's a lot of like nice neutral shades in here. Like the Tarte highlighter that I showed, this also smells so good. You guys need to go to like your nearest like Sephora or Ulta and just smell a Tarte product. Like they smell so freaking good. Now I have a couple more affordable options. I didn't really find any like drugstore palettes because these aren't from the drugstore, but they are cheaper than the ones I just showed. So first is the Morphe 35F palette. That rose mattes and the rest are shimmers. There's a lot of nice transition shades in there, a lot of pretty shimmer shades. It's actually really hard to choose which shimmer shade to use while I'm using this palette because there's like so many. So yeah, this is I think $23. Morphe like recently redid all their packaging and stuff, but yeah, these are very good affordable options. Last but not least, I have a more colorful option. So this is the BH Cosmetics Foil Eye 28 color eyeshadow palette. I wanted to get this palette so I could have a lot of fun pops of color. So like the middle is more like colorful shades, and then there also are some like neutral shades. So there's like some lighter like pinks over here, some like browns. I really like these yellowy tones up here. But yeah, this, I'm not sure how much this costs. When I got it, I think it was like $7 or $8. But like BH Cosmetics, like their prices are always changing. Like they're always having sales. So yeah, I would check this out. It's probably pretty cheap. I think today I'm going to use the Tartelette in Bloom palette because I actually haven't used this one in a while. First, I'm going to take a big fluffy brush. This is from BH Cosmetics. It just says 12 on it. This is a really nice brush. I think it's like $3 or $4 and it's just really good for like the crease. So I'm going to start off by taking this second shade right here called Flower Child. And I'm just going to be like using that as like a base, I guess. So just like putting it in the crease, really anywhere. And then I'm going to go in with a Wet n Wild. This is like a little crease brush. You can get these at the Dollar Tree. They have like different brushes all the time. So I would check your recent Dollar Tree if you want to find some good brushes because these are actually really good. And they're very inexpensive. Like if you don't get them at the Dollar Tree, I think they're like less than $5. But yeah. Okay, this thing is really pissing me off, so I'm taking it off. Whatever. Now I'm going to take that shade right next to it called Smarty Pants, just with the Wet n Wild brush, and I'm going to be putting that in the crease as like a lighter transition shade. Now to deepen up the crease, I'm going to use the same brush and the shade right down here called Rebel. And I'm going to focus this on the outer corner a little bit more. I'm going to go back with that BH Cosmetics brush and just blend everything together. This is a really nice blending brush like I already said, but I usually use this to just blend the whole look together. Now I have this like Wet n Wild. I think this is like a flat shader brush. I don't really know. But yeah, it's just like a flat brush, and this is what I use to apply shimmers, or like one of the brushes that I use to apply shimmers. So I'm going to take the shade in the bottom corner called Funny Girl, and I'm just going to be applying that all over my lid. So a little tip to make a like shimmer shadow more pigmented. I'm sure you've heard this from every beauty guru on earth ever, but just take a setting spray and spray the brush. This is just a cheap setting spray. It's like from Shop Miss A, and this just makes your shadows like 10 times more pigmented. Like, this is gorgeous. Well, I also decided to add this shade Firecracker right here in like the outside corner of my eye, and I'm going to go back in with that Wet n Wild crease brush, and I'm going to take the first like transition shade I use, or like the second one technically. It is the Smarty Pants shade, and I'm just going to go back and just kind of like blend everything together, if that makes sense. Just add some more color. While we're on the topic of eyeshadow palettes, why don't we just move on into my January giveaway. So for this month, I'm going to be giving away the Lorac Los Angeles Mega Pro 4 palette. So this is what it looks like. I have it, so I'm just going to show you mine. It's a giant palette. There's a lot of fun, bright shimmer shades in here. I really want to like play with this peacock shade. And then also this shade Unicorn over here is so gorgeous. So like the top 2 rows are like mattes, and the bottom 2 rows are like shimmer. The giveaway will end on the 13th of February. It is only open to the US, so I'm sorry if you live anywhere else. The giveaway link will be the first link in the description. The only mandatory rule is that you must be subscribed to my channel, and there are a couple more extra entries if you'd like to do those. Next, I always curl my eyelashes. I just have this cheap one. I think I got it at like Walgreens or something. So yeah, I just curl my eyelashes, very self-explanatory. I really need to get a better eyelash curler, but it looks better than when I don't do it. So yeah, I do that. Now for mascara, I have 3. So first, let's start it with high end. I have the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. So I got this in one of the Too Faced holiday kits, not like in 2017, but in 2016. So I only have a little sample size, and then I also got like another Too Faced holiday kit this year, and I got another little sample size. I am obsessed with this. I'll show you guys the wand just because this is what the wand looks like. These are like my favorite mascara wands. And then this mascara is actually a dupe for that one. This is the Rimmel London Scandalized Retro Glam Mascara. I got the shade 03 Extreme Black. They're very, very similar, if you can see that. The Rimmel one is like a little bit thicker. I think that's just because this one's pretty old. But yeah, I was on Pinterest like looking at makeup dupes, and I saw like that this was a dupe. And just by looking at the wand, I knew it was going to be really similar. So I decided to run to Walmart to pick it up, and yeah, I got it. I really like it, and this is pretty cheap as well. So if you don't want to pay, like I'm not gonna pay $23 for the full size of this, so I just have a bunch of little samples that'll last me a while, so I'm good. And then my last favorite mascara is the NYX XXL Lush Lashes Mascara. So this is what it looks like. The packaging is really pretty and ombre. When I bought this mascara, I was looking for one that made my lashes like really huge, and so there was like a NYX store in a mall near me, so I went there and I was like testing out a couple of their mascaras, and this one really stood out to me. It made my lashes really huge. So this is what the wand looks like. I'll use this one today actually. Yeah, I just love the way this makes my lashes look. It is called XXL, so I mean it should give you like huge lashes. Yeah, I am very dramatic when it comes to mascara. For lipstick favorites, I honestly don't know if I talk about these a lot. If you know me and you've like seen my makeup collection, you know that I have a lot. So, it's Kylie Cosmetics. These are all just like the normal like black package ones. I have like, I don't really have like a favorite shade out of all of these that like stands out to me. And then these are all of the like special edition packaging ones that I have. Here are all my Kylie lip liners. Today I'm going to be putting on Kristen. Personally, my favorite type of lipsticks are matte liquid lipsticks, and Kylie's lip kits smell so freaking good. So the only thing that I do not like about the Kylie lip kits is that they're very drying. So you need to make sure you put on a chapstick before, otherwise your lips will hurt. Like my lips are already starting to like get dry. Or you can put like a lip gloss on top of it. I think I'm going to do that right now. This one's just like a sparkly top coat sort of thing. So yeah, this is Sugar Plum. Kylie lip kits, they are very long wearing. They do not budge. Like if you eat, like the center comes off a little bit. I think that's about all for this video. Make sure to go enter the giveaway. You can win this awesome palette. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below, and I will see you guys next week with another new video. Bye! Whoa, yeah. I'll admit I was wrong. What else can I say, girl? Can't you play my head and not my heart?